Hey there, it's Leanne. Welcome back to the channel. How about we make some cast iron skillet buttermilk cornbread? In a cast iron skillet, of course, the old-fashioned way. So here's some of our ingredients. We're going to need some flour and some cornmeal. These are both freshly milled here on our homestead. So this is some soft white wheat flour, cornmeal, made with organic grains, both of them. We're going to need some baking powder. We choose to use aluminum-free baking powder, pink Himalayan salt, and pure raw honey that we harvest right here from our beehives. Half a stick of butter cut up, and the other half of the stick of butter is reserved. We will be using it in our cast iron skillet. Once it's hot, be sure to preheat your oven right now to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Get that oven nice and hot. So let's get started putting our dry ingredients together. I'm using 2 cups of flour, freshly milled, 2 cups of fresh milled cornmeal, somewhat of a coarse grind, 3 healthy tablespoons of baking powder, aluminum-free baking powder in our house, 1 teaspoon of salt. We use pink Himalayan salt for all cooking and canning here. And then add half a stick of butter. This is real butter, sliced up, using a pastry blender or a fork. Cut in the butter until it resembles a coarse crumble. This is my favorite pastry blender I've had for many years. It came from Pampered Chef. No, we are not sponsored by Pampered Chef. They just make some really good kitchen tools. But if you don't have a pastry blender, just use a fork or your fingers. Just incorporate that butter in. Get it all blended up together. Okay, good enough. Get that hot skillet get the skillet in that hot oven that's heated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't mind my dirty oven. We just cook a lot here. Oven's at 400 degrees. Let that skillet sit in there while we add our wet ingredients. We're adding half a cup of raw honey. This is optional. You do not have to sweeten your cornbread if you don't want to. There's a lot of controversy there. And then I'm just making a little well. I'm adding 2 cups of whole buttermilk. Nothing low fat here. And just mix that together really well. Incorporate that buttermilk into your cornbread mixture until everything is moistened. Make sure you get all of the dry spots of flour mixed in. Once you get that completely incorporated, we're going to get that hot skillet out of the oven. But look at that homemade cornbread mix. All right, let's get that skillet out of the oven. Make sure you protect your counter. This is a very hot skillet. That second half of the stick of butter, put that in the skillet. Again, this is real butter. Use the real deal. Just swirl that all around. I'm using a knife to protect myself. Once we get the butter completely melted, we will be adding the cornbread mixture into our skillet. All right, melted enough. Let's go ahead and add our cornbread batter. And you can see that baking powder is already working its magic. It's nice and fluffy. Make sure you get all that goodness into the skillet. That butter that we put in there is going to create the most wonderful, crispy, crunchy crust on this cornbread. You're gonna like it. All right, let's get this back into the oven, 400 degrees. It's still at 400. So put the cornbread in there. And let it bake. Each oven's a little bit different, so I'm not going to give you an exact time, but you can see it's starting to get golden around the edge. It's not quite done yet. All right, we're golden on top, we're firm in the middle, we're golden around the edges. That baby is done. Get it out onto I have a cutting board here to protect my counter. Look at that, cast iron cornbread. Flip it over, get it out of there. Came out beautifully. Look at that, crispy, crunchy crust on that. And it's going to be super moist on the inside because of the buttermilk. Skillet's nice and clean. It's exactly what you want. What do you say we cut into this thing?
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm doing?
Cut it however you like. We cut it like a pie. The old-fashioned way of cutting cornbread. How fluffy that is, how moist that is. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Old-fashioned cornbread doesn't get much better than that right there, folks. All right, serve it up with your favorite meal. We're having beans with ours tonight. Okay? Well, that's how we make cast iron skillet buttermilk cornbread here at our place. I hope you can follow these steps and make some for yourself because you won't regret it. Take care of yourselves. May God bless you. And we'll catch you on the next video. We'll see you later.